Hey, son, top of the morning to you, boy. Hey, I just was on my way to work and stopped and grabbed my morning espresso shot. Had just a couple minutes before heading on over, so pulled into this park over here down the road and thought I would enjoy my coffee at the park. And I was doing some thinking and just something that I wanted to share with you. The other day I was walking through the property at work, and there's a gentleman there that works on the property, and he doesn't work for the same company as I do. He's a contractor, but he's been around for a long time, and I've worked over there for a long time, so we've never had any real deep conversations per se, but we've chatted in passing. And I through this video, I don't want to discredit this guy in any way, shape, or form. He's a really nice guy. He's obviously intelligent, owns his own little business, but you know, he's a blue collar worker. That's the main point that I want to get across is this guy is a get in, get your hands dirty kind of guy. He's a worker. And, that's kind of the important piece that I wanted to get across. But anyway, the other day I'm tootling along, and here he comes, and we start chatting a little bit, like we always do. Hey, how you doing? Good. How are you? Blah, blah, blah. The topic of protests come about. And, because we're located on the Las Vegas Strip, and, there's been a lot of activity that way. So he was asking me about, the protests and how that activity is going, and, if we've had any, challenges that we're working through, whatnot. But anyway, so we had that conversation, and, as we're talking, it's really funny because the conversation took a turn that I didn't expect. And that, again, I'm talking to a painter, a blue collar worker, not a philosopher, not a Harvard grad, and I was really surprised by the way that the conversation turned. And as we started talking, this guy's, he has two sons, and one's a little bit older, and then the other son, I think, he said 15. And, he starts talking about his boys, and, just they're confused, right? They're really confused about what's happening in the world today with all the ongoing events. And, he wanted to talk to them, and, he's trying to have these conversations with them. And it's really interesting what he said. And I wanted to share this with you. And, this is what he told me was, regardless of what your political beliefs are, or, any of all of that, right? Everybody's got different opinions and beliefs and, philosophies and whatnot. And regardless of any of that, his response to his boys was really impressive to me. And it was, look, first and foremost, the most important thing that you need to consider is, relationships. The most important thing right now, more than ever, but always, is relationships. Not just relationships that you have in your life with friends, neighbors, coworkers, other people in your community. Obviously, that's huge, right? Again, based off of today's challenges, that's huge. But his point was this: it all really starts with your relationship with yourself. So if you're having inner turmoil, inner chaos and confusion, and, you're unsettled with your own relationship with your own self, that's where you need to start, right? That's where it all starts. And then we work from the outside in. So work on the relationship with yourself, and then you can work on your relationship with your friends, family, and loved ones. And then you can work on your relationship with those in your community. And that's when he said that, I just thought, I don't know, man, it was just really inspiring for me to hear that from somebody. And the more I thought about it, I thought, this dude's so right. Again, I think everyone's just inundated with, all of the hoo-ha, yahoos, blah, blah, blahs, this, that, the others. Everybody's got an opinion, a story, a this, or that. You can't get enough. You can't even turn it off, right? No matter where you turn, somebody's saying something, this, that, whatever the news is reporting, blah, 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 blah. You can't get away from all of the rhetoric and noise. And to hear a guy like a painter, you know, talking to his 15-year-old son about something, you know, like that. Look, son, I mean, I get all this. We can talk about all this stuff. But the most important thing right now is you get set with yourself. You get right with yourself, and you make sure that the relationship with yourself is in check and in order. And because you can't do anything for anyone else if you can't take care of yourself. And the point to that, right, is just like when you get on the plane. When you get on an airplane and they're doing the whole, the stewardess giving you a whole emergency landing, blah, blah, blah. What's the first thing they tell you? When the mask drops down out of the sky, put your mask on first before you start worrying about putting your mask on your kids or the elderly or whatever, because you can't save anybody else if you don't save yourself first, right? They teach you the same thing in CPR and first aid, right? Look out for you, make sure you're good, and then you can go in and save other people. And it was just really interesting to me, again, just to hear that from a normal everyday Joe. You know, it was such an inspiring conversation to just listen to the way that this guy was talking about talking to his children. And get straight with yourself first. And, you know, I also kind of looked at, again, back to what I said, like, this guy's not a philosopher. He's not, you know, a school counselor or whatever, you know what I mean? He doesn't do that crap for a living, but he knew it so deep and so sincere that, you know, as this guy was telling me this, it was just, I could just hear him talking to his son about, you know, I mean, he believed in it. Look, man, you got to take care of yourself, get yourself right, and then take care of those you love. And then, you know, again, that emanates out into the community naturally, I think. And I just thought it was super cool. And the more I thought about it, I started thinking about, you know, look at some of the most peaceful people you've ever met. You know, they're going to be farmers and, you know, just these, you know, simple people that don't live these complicated lives in the big city and all that, right? These people typically that, you know, have time alone to themselves or just, you know, with their families, and, you know, they, you know, maybe get together for the pumpkin fest once a year. I mean, I don't know, there might be something to that, whatever it is, I don't know, man, but I just thought it was really cool. And I think I might start spending a little more time having conversations with folks like that, as opposed to having conversations with folks that, you know, have a political science degree or a degree in psychology or something like that. I don't know, man. It was pretty cool, and it was food for thought. I thought I would share it. Hope you're having an awesome day, man. It's I got to get in and get my day started. Things are looking up, and looking forward to having a good call with you this weekend. And we'll chat with you later. I love you, boy. Have a good day.